Good day, welcome to Multi-Net Design in the continuation of our studio apartment design in Revit 2024. In this particular project, we want to work on the structural trusses of the roof. So we go to foundation. So we want to cut across the length and see how we can put a structural roofing frame, structural trusses on the roof. So what we do is that we go to section cuts, click on section, then I want to use this part, use a little bit sorter. So I've done that, I will go to flip. If I want to use the sorter side to do what I want to draw, then go to view. So I have it here. Discover some of these beds are jumping off. All you need to do is to select all instances in an entire project. So from there you look at the elevation, then you change it, say minus 900. So you drop that. So if you have something like that similar to your design, you can do the same thing. This is from the elevation, and those things will come down. So anywhere you are, you're going to see them like that. Now go back to the assignment of today. So now if you go to your structure, you click on trusses. So this one tells you that there's something that is missing. So where is your your grid line position that you want to use? So you can decide to choose the way we used to do before by selecting any of the wall. So here is telling you that no structural trusses family is loaded in this project. So how do you get it? That's what we want to do here. So you click close and say no. Just click no. So when that is done, what thing you need to do is that this discipline is not part of that, because this particular one is a structural procedure discipline. But we want to go to structure by clicking on file. So from file now you select new and open a new project. So you check the discipline, then you look for the discipline in the area that is suitable, which is what you want to use, is structural analysis or structural default, anything that you know that have a structure within their domain. That is what you want to use. And if you don't have that, you can decide to say, okay, go to home, just say close discipline here now, and you take open, and from here you can click on go to home. So you choose a structural that come with the structural template file that come originally. So you open that for you to see. So allow it to load from beginning to end, and that is what you want to do and you work on. So if that's simply load in place, so you can there bring a function to manipulate things the way that suits you. So when the project is finally loaded, we work on that and start effectively. Now when the whole thing comes to normal like this, where did you need to go? You go to sheets. So you can go on and decide to say building elevation, building details, and so on and so forth to see what you want to do. So area plan, gross building, you can double click on that. So this one will give you the confidence of what you are doing. So this is but we don't need any elements at this point. So what you only need is the structural part, which is what you go to structure and click on structure. So this is all flat truss standard that you want to bring to that place. So how do you draw it? You click here and just draw it down. So it will definitely bring itself up to normal level standard. So you click here. You don't need anything to do with it at this junction. So you can click on it here again. As you are selected, just go to this place and say clipboard copy to clipboard, or cut, anyone you feel like. Cut to clipboard, and you go back to your, you can close it or still leave it depending the time that you see what you want to do. So you go back to your foundation level. At this point now, what you need to do is to click modify and say paste from the clipboard. So it's telling you something, don't bother about that. So play for the clipboard, you drop it here. So that is what you have created. So you select it, you see that the whole is being selected. So here you can now delete it. Go back to the section 2 of where you said something. So now what you do here, click on it, might accept, it might reject it, depends on what you want to do. Click on trusses. This one has been clicked, so you now draw it and give it a fitting shape. Will you work with what you want to do? That is another judgment entirely. So you can say, okay, let's click on it and say speak line. So the line that you know is suitable, pick it and let it unify itself toward that line. So it goes up, does not matter. What you need to do is to bring it down. So you bring here, say click here. That is double effect on it. So delete one, pick one and move it down. And you see, so there, adjust by pressing arrow key. So you can make it a little lower than what you have here, update, and the same thing, then bring it here and update. So this is the structural part which you have created. It's not the end to what you have done here yet. So as we have done with this one now, you can go to 3D and go and check what you brought to this place, whether it's right or not. So here is that the thing is slant, which is very wrong. So go to your and select this. So make it generally straight. So when you go to this because it joined from one grid to another one, that was the reason why. So you go back here and see everything what is packagely fitted. So like I said, in your 3D, you can select the roof and see what you have brought into this place. So you can say hide the roof, temporarily hide it for now. So this is what you brought into the system. So now we want to work on this because this is like a steel trusses. So you want to work on it and bring it a decent look. So what you click here is say click, you edit it property by here, center line the beam, don't bother about that. Structural frame, you set this one. So maybe you want to use T angle size, it's meant for you. So vertical wedge, you know, we have top chord, we have vertical chord, we have diagonal chord, and we have what, bottom chord. So all those things we are going to work on them one after the other. So if you are changing them, you can decide to be applying so that you see it changes by yourself whatsoever that is taking place. Can you see that the what's it called, the top chord, which is what T angle size, you have already changed this aspect. So the next one is what, the vertical chord, which is what we are still going to use the same thing, that's this size, and apply it. You see everything is changing. So you do the same thing for this as well and see the same thing here. Click. So they all change, and the last one, which is going to be structural type of what, of bottom chord. So click here and change it to the same thing we are talking about, pure, which is good. So you have this in place and everything is done. So here, starting off and ending off are the things that have been recognized for you. So trust this height, you change this height again. You can change the height to something like 1000. So apply that, say okay. So you see things changes, but have issue with what, with this angle of what, of the structure. So the bearing and the chord can be, say okay, top chord, and apply. So here you can change the ending image and bottom image, things like that, rotate to angle, things to work with. So do not let people bother, just put 180 because the roof height sometimes now just say 170. Good. So a little bit joined together with this process. So that's what you need to work with in this part. As you are done with that, so go back to the section and go and see what you've done, which is okay and accurate. So you can come to one of these and say okay, fine. If you want to see it again, gouache, and same thing, medium. So all those things, we change this to whatever you feel like okay you want to change it to. So this one help you to represent it more details in diagram. So you have done with this, and you can decide to adjust it at the elevation side the way you feel like okay it's going to be appropriate. So those things are going to be changing for you and set the standard right. So after you have done with that, you can now go to, let's say, roof plan, your site plan. You can select this or look at it from a 3D perspective, 3D aspect. Then you begin to select this and transfer it in an area that's suitable for your design procedure. So you copy this, click multiple and let it copy at that place that you have the size. Good. So you can put 1A at the same time, select another one here, then select another one there. So elevation, you are going to be changing them with their height. Good. So that will sorting. We do the same thing here as well. It will be sorting as well. So if you have them in your 3D, go to 3D and go and see every one of them one after the other. So like this one, you're back to normal. So here now, this one, you go back to, if you have any issue with this, but I think they are okay, but you are going to extend this one to the far edge. So go there and extend it to make this with that shape. So as you are done with this, you are okay with what you have created, and significant level of it has been asserted. So that is what we want to introduce at this junction, for you to see how to create the trusses that not normal trusses of that particular, using the roof glazing or using the roof trusses structure. So that is what we want to do here. I've already achieved that for you and for information. So thanks for watching. So in this place you can decide to say okay, for the foundation to be just with the insulation as we have done before, and say the insulate. So this will be, and we rectify these aspects like the normal we do, So going to do this video today. So in our next project we're going to continue with the next thing. So I believe you have already understood what we did here in the time of trusses and getting things done. So if you want to refill the whole excessiveness of this, just click on refill the feeding. So you click here and say hide the elements. So by closing this down, this will go and this will be there. So whatever you do, you can now work on this one and bring them down to the area. So by selecting, let's say from west, so from west, so drag it down. So do the same thing here, drag it down. So they will all go within the inside the sink and set themselves right in the place. So drag it down. selected it, so drag it. Good. So it's all gone. Go back to the 3D and see. Good. So that's just the progress. It's tedious, but if you're consistent with it, you get it done. So thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe.